dark zone. We burn it all again. Burn it all again. Just bring your fucking friends. We're going rogue till the whole world ends. Load up on guns, bring your fucking friends in the dark zone.
What's up, banditos? Happy Friday. Something like that. Something like that. So, interesting season we got with us right now, right? What I gotta tell you though, to get this out of the way, is that there's some pretty cool stuff happening in the background to hopefully offset some of the dull lull happening in this season, right? Because the modifiers kind of suck. The gear, nothing really new there. You know, we got a healer gear set. You can only get so much out of that. Good AR and Hasbro, again, only so much out of that. But the PvE Dark Zone is great, but you can only get so much out of that. And I'm having a blast in there. It's good. It's good. It's good. But there's some cool things coming. They're working on them right now, and there's some big things coming. Also. But of course, I can't say what it is. I just wanted to let you guys know. Probably my advice is that just make sure you're keeping your character up to date. You know what I mean? Make sure you got your builds and you're getting your loadouts set. Have all your modifiers unlocked. You know, just all that stuff so that you can take advantage of everything. You know? That's coming down the pipeline. And like, there was a teaser put out today on X. I don't know if you saw it, but there's a collaboration coming. And when they put something out, what I can tell you is that it's very soon. Because these guys don't tease shit out that's way out there. So you know. So you know. So I think that'll be cool. I guess. Something to do, something new. Yeah. So, but I had a glimpse at some things too, and I'm actually pretty excited, I gotta say. I know the devs are struggling a lot. Did you guys see the AMA video this morning I put out? If you didn't see that video, I definitely recommend watching through it and pay attention closely, because there's some revelations in there, you know? I'm gonna get you guys a link here. See it if you haven't. But there, I mean, just if you could just pay attention to like what they're tossing around the table, you know, that tells you how grand they're thinking. Now, execution is always an issue. I get that. You know what I mean? You know, we know that. You know, they have some issues with bugs, and it's demoralizing, right? Because you're sitting here playing without fucking audio on your assault rifle. It's like, what the fuck? That doesn't make for a great thing, you know? I know I haven't been able to take advantage of the double exotic component, so I kind of want to do that this weekend before it goes away. I'm really busy editing right now. I got a big video. I'm hoping to drop it tomorrow. What is this thing here? We got 3 days on this. 53 months. My man, Richard. Thank you for your 53, bro. You're almost as old as I am. Yeah, so I got a big video. I went deep down the healer rabbit hole. I did the Ortiz Refacier build against all of the healer builds that are in the division. There's more than you think, actually. There's more than you think. And I think there ended up being 6. And Ortiz actually stands out. It's like, let's see, it's about 3 times stronger in heals than Future Initiative. 3x when you run into chest piece. That's insane. 3x stronger heals. But it's not the strongest healer in the game. You guys want to take any guesses which is the strongest healer in the game? Somebody fancy a guess? Yeah, no, Ortiz's problem is range. Its problem is range. So you have to run the backpack. You do that, you're settled, but it's still not as good as Measured Assembly's range or Future Initiative's range. Future Initiative, we're just talking healing here, right? Future Initiative's benefit to heals is really is just duration, because it's got the duration little buff there. So the cloud lasts longer when you shoot it. That's basically the benefit it gives you. Obviously, the damage thing, that's aside. But when you run a good, if you're going to run like a meta Future Initiative build, you're going to have the BTSU gloves. So that's going to force the Future Initiative chest or backpack. And most people are going to take the chest to buff the damage, which means you're not going to be using perfect empathetic resolve. You get me there? So you don't even get the best Future Initiative build isn't even going to use this. So it actually loses out, I think, on 10% total increased weapon damage, which is good damage. So because you have to run the BTSU gloves, they're really hard to deny, right? With that being said, if you pay attention to that detail, you got to know what you're doing, right? You got to know how to build healer builds. If you pay attention to that detail, that means all the other builds can run perfect empathetic resolve and meet up with Future Initiative on that level. You get what I'm saying? What's Future Initiative's special ability? It gives everybody damage. Perfect empathetic resolve can boost that. But in order to run the best future build, you can't run perfect empathetic. So you're just going to get a minor boost from the future chest piece, because that's what it does. It pushes it to 25%. Okay, cool, right? 25%. But everybody else can run 20%. So, and do their special ability. So you can run this on Measured Assembly and give everybody 20% total increased weapon damage. Only 5% less than future, and you're doing all the cool things that Measured Assembly does. You get what I'm saying? So future is actually not that great from the damage bonus perspective. It's not. Unless you go all in on it, which means you're going to lose your BTSU gloves, or you're going to lose the damage multiplier that you can put on the backpack. So that's the other cost. If you decided, well, no, Tux, you could just run the, what should we call it? The Future Initiative, or that perfect empathetic resolve chest piece and then run the future backpack. You know, you're going to boost the little heals coming out of the backpack. But then you lose perfectly opportunistic, which is 15% more amplified damage, which is the final multiplier on that total damage. This makes that more powerful. This makes future more powerful. So if you lose this, you're losing even more. And so some of these other healer builds can run Uzina, the setup, and perfect empathetic resolve. That being the case, they can out damage. I'm approximating here because I'm doing mental math, but like they can out damage or be on par. They'll be on par. They should be on par, maybe slightly less than Future Initiative, and give additional perks. That's all the additional perk Future gives. That's all the additional perk. Now you might think, well, Tux, it's got that cool little passive heal thing. You got to be within 5 meters, so it's okay. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna write home about this little last paragraph. You know, when you repair an ally, all your other allies within 5 meters of that dude get 60% of that amount. I'm not gonna write home about that, but that helps Future's heals. The hive lasts just a little bit longer if your allies are clustered, right? So there's a lot of my point is there's a lot of really interesting things. And so we go deep, we do actual math, we crunch the numbers manually for all of the healer builds, because the stats on this shit is all fucked up. So if you click here and you go into these into the stat board, they're not always accurate. The simple ones are close to accurate, but when you start adding in healing efficiency, this new stat, which is the ultimate multiplier for repairs, you know, it's not calculating correctly. It's like way off. So we have to do manual math, break it down to the bare bones of the hive with no skill tiers, and then work our way back up to 6 skill tier build with repair skill bonuses, bring in the watch and bring in the skill efficiency multipliers, all that shit in to get the true values. And then we test that against how it actually heals in game. So damage yourself, see what one tick does, count the bars, divide it by your armor, that kind of shit, to determine which one is actually healing better. And in the end, you guys are right. For those that said Refactor is the strongest healer in the game, it is by far, not by a little bit, like 3 times Ortiz. So like by far, that's also ridiculous, by the way, right? I think I have I have a chart here, but it's like over 7.5 seconds it heals 14 million. And then against Future Initiative, which is going to do about 2 million in that time. Rough numbers, just top of my head from all my testing. That's insane. 14 million versus 2 million over 7.5 seconds. That's insane. But the problem with that's great. Doesn't make Refactor the meta? No, because Refactor is not a traditional healer, so you can't bring it into all cases. An example would be, what about when you're fighting hunters? So the hunters are just going to hack your skills, turn them against you, and and slaughter your team with your heals, with your guns, right? Your skills. So you can't bring it into all content. So although we have best healers, we also have the traditional healers that are required for certain content. So it ends up being, you know, the best healer build is going to be dependent on the content, of course. And then I think Ortiz will start to shine more because things like the new incursion at the dam that we have coming is going to have status effects. They always do. They always have status effects somewhere in there, right? So in Paradise Lost, there's a room that there's fire everywhere, right? And then the bosses at the end, fire everywhere. Imagine going in to Paradise Lost. We should do this. Anybody want to run Paradise Lost? Imagine going into Paradise Lost right now with your healer giving you 80, 90%, 80% hazard protection. You know, so when that flamethrower lady comes into the room and starts catching everybody on fire, you're going to be immune. Because you're clustered up, right? You're clustered up. So that's pretty cool. And then when you're fighting right and that room is on fire, you're not going to necessarily be immune because you got to be kind of close within 10 meters. But you're going to have 30, 40, sometimes 75, and then up to immune in certain points, you know? So very helpful to be hazard resistant in case, right, you step on that puddle of fire. So you got some really interesting situations. The other one that's interesting is you can actually put the Caduceus up against these healer builds, and it's not far behind. The Caduceus on an all red build is, what was it? How do I get out of this? How do I get back to my main screen? Back to my main thing. Sorry, I'm trying to navigate my browser here. I have this chart I created. You'll see it in the video, but that kind of stacks all these builds up together. So you just kind of know what they're doing on the heals. Here it is. So the Caduceus build over 7 seconds is healing at 1.8 million. 7.5 seconds. Refactor at 13 million. But an Ortiz does 4.5 million over 7.5 seconds. But hardwired, 1.67 million. So the Caduceus on a tipping scales build outperforms hardwired. That's a single skill only heal though, only. So just hardwired's hive. You bring the chem launcher and you stack those. Obviously that'll win, but not by much. Not by much. So a future initiative with the hive and the chem launcher over 7.5 seconds heals at about 2.15. So it does beat the Caduceus at 1.8 million, but by a smidge. You know, by a smidge. And you're putting out shitloads of DPS. You're killing shit, right? Oh, yeah. So it's an interesting world over there in healers right now, I gotta say. But they all have their own little frustrations too, and so that comes into the picture, and we'll be talking about that too. So look forward to that being done tomorrow. I'm gonna try to finish it tonight. There's still a lot of editing I gotta do. All the math work is done, the analysis is done, but now I just gotta edit it together. So try to do that tonight, get it out in the AM. And if all else fails, then I guess I'll roll it out on Sunday. I don't think, you know, I'm not a big fan of the foxes as much anymore, Bog. They bring value, but I'd rather have salvo, especially if you're going to prototype it, because it'll apply to more builds. You know, with that RPM, just goes everywhere. And applies to the target as a pure DPS stat, whether they're in cover or out of cover. And there's a lot of people in cover in escalation, which sucks. Right? You ever notice that? It's like, damn, they're good in cover. Yeah, come on in, guys, if you want to play. Let's figure out what we're going to do. Whoever wants to play. I got to get my legendary out of the way, so I guess we can warm up in District Union Arena, because I still haven't done that. It's been rough matchmaking, bros. It's been rough out there. It's rough. But I got to get that exotic, and we do those pretty quick. Yeah, refactors, pop up your skills, point and shoot. My refactor build. I'm going to prototype that backpack in a minute. Close out that build. You know, I'm having a hard time figuring out what I want to prototype. I mean, I feel like I'm done with what I need to prototype, you know? I mean, I got like 1 or 2 things I got to do, but none of them are emergency. I'm content, you know? But you guys noticed that we were talking about this the other day, the map, right? Fucking map. Like, the loot rotation sucks. Okay, let's try this Coco build we were playing with the other day. We're gonna be running the blacklisters. Let's see if we can kill something. Come on, banditos, let's ride. The loot rotation is like, what the fuck? I was saying, it's the same loot. It keeps going in circles. And that's exactly what happened again today, and yesterday, and the day before. You know, it's like the same fucking loot. Future Ignition is back on the table. What do you know? It's been on the table 3 times this week. Hardwired, back on the mission. You want modifiers? Yes, modifiers. Right. Thank you. Turn them off for testing. So we want to run Vicarious on this. Make your skills real strong. Viper, Contagion. I just got a little bit of Hasbro because why not, I guess. Spark and Flame wouldn't be bad either. So we're legendary? Are we legendary? Yeah. Oh no, it didn't go through. The fuck? Sorry. My bad. Just gotta click it real fucking hard.
Your objective. Don't let anything stand in your way.
Hey, you know how there's that that new modifier that makes you switch weapons and shit? You know the easiest workaround of that? Don't kill the guy. Don't get the kill. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy if you think about it. I mean, you're gonna have to kill somebody from time to time. Like to finish the last bullet. Don't be the last bullet is all I'm saying. You're still gonna do your part. You're still gonna get all the damage, but let your ally get the kill. Make them switch weapons. You know what I mean?
Agent out of action.
Got that twice.
Agent deceased.
Speaking of which, what is going on with certain YouTuber and his fucking clickbait videos? It's starting to piss me off a little bit. The one that said the Tinkerer mask has been nerfed, that was his fucking thumbnail. And it was all about escalation modifiers. What the fuck? It was so clickbaity, it was fucking disgusting. A little bit of clickbait is good if it's healthy clickbait. There's such a thing, believe it or not. You got to deliver on your promise, basically. So if you're going to say, like, meta build, that build better be fucking meta. I've noticed he's been doing it since he came back to the Division 2. And it's like, man, you don't have to do that. Just be straight up with people, man. Like, why are you fucking clickbaiting so bad? It like when they put out the patch notes for the Dark Zone. He made a video saying that Strikers was nerfed and a post without mentioning that it was PvP only or the Dark Zone only. You know? And so people are saying, I'm gonna fucking quit this game. These devs, they don't have any respect. And people are commenting, dude, it's PvP only. You know, they rebalance PvP. You know? Fuck. Yeah, listen, dude, like if your build is so shitty that it doesn't work without the Tinkerer buff, you got bigger fucking problems. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, you know, with the Tinkerer mask, the new modifier, you know, if you swap weapon, you can't swap weapons, and so they nerf Tinkerer. Has nothing to do with Tinkerer. You know, the fucking modifier in a particular game mode. Mutator, I should say. And God, that's like running butcher level of fucking clickbait, bros. But it's just irritating because it's so fucking ignorant, you know? Like, you could, I mean, if you want to, you know, stir up some click-through, you could be more creative than just fucking lies. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's kind of a hot topic for me right now because it just keeps happening over and over. And the amount of errors in his videos, and we all make errors, so I don't make a big deal out of it. But it's just like, dude, did you do any research? Just slow the fuck down. You're not the only one. Lots of people make mistakes. I make mistakes. You know what I mean? But it's just a combination of things. It's getting on my nerves a little. And he's one of those people that are like, well, haters will be haters. I'd be like, dude, it's not hate. It's like you're doing this shit. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's not fucking hate. People aren't jealous. You know what I mean? It's just like you're literally pissing off the community. Literally, people are like, "Oh man, I'm gonna fucking quit this game." Of course, they nerfed it. You know, it's like, I mean, it's also people's fault for not like doing their own. You left him, Joker? Well, you might not know who I'm talking about, actually. It's not who you think it is. We're not talking about the dude in the yellow jacket, although he does the same shit. But, you know. Just leave that guy in his own corner of the universe. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're talking about somebody else, though. I think, weren't you with Kamikaze's clan before? A lot of people left him. Yeah, I'm talking about another content creator. I don't think he has a clan. I think it's shut down because he left. He stopped covering the game for a while. Yeah, he does have a little respect for the community, but that's his thing. You know what I mean? He does it for a rise. He knows you're still gonna watch his videos. He puts out 2-hour videos because, you know, although they're not gonna get as many views as other people might get on more concise videos, they still get views because there's not a lot of content creators. You know what I mean? It's not like a big AAA title type game per se, right? That's performing where you really have to be competitive. And plus, he's been doing it for so long. Believe it or not, there's people that love him too, right? I mean, what about that Maverick guy? He's a fucking Kamikaze diehard. That's fucking crazy. I gotta, you know, the way I look at it is you're probably just as slimy as him if you're that kind of a follower, or you're that oblivious to the slime that he does, you know? I don't know. No, but like going back to the Tinkerer mask thing, like, okay, so let's follow that logic. So the Tinkerer is dead. It's, according to him, it's been cooked because there's a new mutator in the game that forces you to swap weapons every 2 kills after your second kill. So after your second kill, you're gonna start to build up debuffs. So because that mask, the Tinker, only buffs or gives the perk, I should say, to the primary weapon, you can't swap weapons. If you do, you lose the Tinker mask perk bonus. But with that being the case, if your build sucks because you don't have the Tinker mask buff, or he said your build is nerfed, then you got bigger fucking problems. You know what I mean? Like, your build should be good enough to run without Tinker, the second talent. You know what I mean? That's an additional buff, and it's a strong one. But there's no content in the game that wouldn't allow you to perform with an extra weapon talent. You get what I'm saying? So you got a backpack talent, you got a chest talent, you got a weapon talent. So all of us are running with 3 traditional talents. That one gives you a 4th bonus one. So if your build sucks because you're not getting a 4th bonus one, you got bigger fucking problems. I mean, it's just a shitty perspective, basically. You know what I mean? It's just like, dude, just swap weapons, get 1 fucking kill, swap back. You know, that's the idea. It is supposed to change the way you play and make it harder. You know what I mean? It's not nerfing your build. It's forcing you to change your play style. You know what I mean? And if you don't play your playstyle, then, you know, if you don't change your playstyle, then you're eating it. But it has nothing to do with the refactor mask. Or, I'm sorry, am I saying refactor? What do I mean? The Tinker mask. It has nothing to do with the Tinker mask. You can still swap your weapon with the Tinker mask. I do it all the time. Because I run it on my LMG build, and sometimes my main LMG runs out of ammo. My back LMG has 350 rounds parked in it. So I do it, and I do just fucking fine. But if it bothers you that much, yeah, don't run the Tinker mask for escalation tier 5 and higher. But does that mean the Tinker mask is nerfed? What about in Legendary? What about Legendary? You see all of the situations? What about the Dark Zone? Well, it's nerfed in there. They destroyed it in there, didn't they? That's a different topic. That's not what the video was about. What about in Heroic? What about in the open world? Incursions, raids. I mean, there's all this content. Why isn't it nerfed in there, Mr. They nerfed the weapon? The gear? Weak ass content, man. They're trying to reverse all our good work, Bandidos. They're trying to reverse all of our good work. Trying to build knowledge into people. And then people come along and just deconstruct it. What up, Grumpy? Yeah, I'm actually trying to change my stream schedule. I haven't confirmed exactly what I'm going to do yet, but change the days, change the hours. I'm thinking something like Tuesdays, Thursdays. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays would be ideal. That's what I want to lean into. Because that's when most people are active, believe it or not. But, you know, my channel is like 5 years old and I've basically lost all my weekends since I started my channel. Since I started streaming. It wasn't when I started my channel, it was a little bit later. But kind of get it's kind of exhausting to not have a weekend anymore. You know what I mean? Maverick is a female? I would have never fucking guessed. Toxicity comes in the female form too, huh? Toxicity is not sexist.
System reactivated.
Oh, we were just talking about some upcoming, near future updates that are going to come to the Division 2. So the devs put out a teaser. There's a couple of things. It's based off two things. One is the devs put out a teaser.
Serious trauma detected.
About a collaboration coming. And when they do that, that means it's really soon. I know when it is, but I can't tell you. But when they do that, that means it's usually pretty close. Because they never give us a heads up, really, right? Too much advance notice. Hey, why is it so dark? And the other thing is the AMA. I post the link in a video, but if you haven't had a chance to go through that, I was talking about it earlier, and it's really exciting about the things that they're toying with. I'm trying to do here.
Agent down.
I mean, they're looking at, well, first of all, we're going to be getting 6 new rule sets to the Dark Zone. So rule sets, if you're not familiar with them, they're basically mini game modes. Is how I look at it. It's how I would describe it. We don't know for sure because they didn't give us actual details, but basically they changed the way the Dark Zone, the way you would play in the Dark Zone. A lot of the extraction shooters have this, right? Marathon has them. Arc Raiders have them. The Division 2 doesn't have them. The only rule set they have is basically the invaded one. Not that cool. So you're talking about like well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any good ideas. I don't have any good ideas. But, you know, don't get struck by lightning. Oh, I guess I should shoot this guy in the head, huh? So that's really exciting. They're also going to be providing a new rewards track for Dark Zone and good job, guys. Where's my exotic? And there it is. What's the other one? PvP one? Conflict. Yeah. So they're gonna be providing. He used a different word, but it's basically like a mini rewards track to unlock perks and better rewards. They're also going to be giving things like bosses and hunters a more additional and exciting reward than just exotics. We don't know what that is yet. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if I can remember everything that they said, but they're going to be looking at the toxicity loop, the gameplay loop there. We should probably do an escalation. Let's see which one's got the best. None of them do they? Oh, let's do Dark Zone. I need to make a pit stop though. I don't know about an exotic rifle. Which exotic rifle?
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
They didn't say what the reward was going to be, but I was like, you know, I wouldn't mind a prototype drop, component drop. But yeah, the hunters are going to be giving additional rewards, and then there's some bug fixes, of course, that they're working on. Like there's a damage delay bug.
Come on over and check out my inventory.
So we should probably buy these exotic components from that one vendor before the event ends. So let's remember to do that.
Incoming Dark Zone drop. Dark Zone drop available. Access granted.
I need my team skills maps. Right on, Ty. What did I need up here? What do I wear up here? I don't want to salvo. And then
Heavily armed hostiles guarding location nearby. Access complete.
get a mask.
DZ drop incoming.
Take a palisades, but I'm full. Damn it. Always full. Or an even bigger mag would be cool.
Drop has been delivered.
I'll do palisades. The reload's good on this, so.
Member has joined your team.
Well, hello there. All right, I'm ready. Let's see where these guys are at.
Location guarded by heavily armed hostiles.
Let's do this loop. It's fast travel, though. It's an ACR SS exotic? Really? That's probably going to be for the next event.
Missions jammed. Proximity coverage only.
I don't know anything about it. I haven't even noticed. They haven't said anything about it either. If it's not for the next event, it could be the new incursion exotic. There's that too. I suspect we're gonna have an incursion exotic.
Engaged.
Thanks, lady, for blowing up right in front of me.
Incoming hostiles detected. Contaminated gear detected. DZ drone plane initiated.
I'm trying to remember what else they said. That was pretty cool. They're looking at
Contaminated gear.
this one's not as baked in or anything like that, but they're also considering new ammo types,
The dog zone drop.
like depleted uranium rounds, stuff like that. But they won't die. Change this, whatever this is. Oh yeah, we gotta put this shit on. Fuck. Inoculated. Oh, do it. Then let's run that, the shield instead of that. And then let's put on, instead of contagion, which is nice, I'm gonna go hazard protection. To avoid the annoying things. We're here to kick ass and take names. We're not into that hibbity hibbity hip hop. You got one? All right, let's do it. I marked the extract.
Now detecting.
I love the caduceus. I'm a big fan. I do. You know, it's not the strongest weapon in the box, but it does everything I need it to do. You know what I mean? It lands its shots. You can squeeze into more headshots, make up for the damage that keeps it from being meta. But that's all. When we say it's not the strongest weapon, we're not saying it's weak. We're just saying it's not meta peak. You know what I mean? But it's up there. The MK16 has always been a strong weapon. Is it top 10? It's got to be stronger than like the M4, right? I don't remember. Just from the base value, you know, without the talents. Go ahead, bros. Whoever's got it.
Chopper on the way. Extraction. System. Contaminated gear.
Go Joker. Good kill. Laid into that fuck.
System restored. extraction helo. Almost within range.
Hey, we all look pretty cool.
Helo is on site.
Remember back in the day when your agent was wearing Eddie Bauer? Right on them. I'm here for the ride. Watch your back! Watch your back! Mr. Goldschlager's here. No, I never use it in Division 1, but you know, the weapon variant I use a lot because the lead ended up being my favorite weapon. I've always thought the MK16 was good, but I never really had a reason to run it, and so I selected the ACRE, which has slightly better handling at range for things like legendary when you're running Ranger, the talent. And they ended up giving us that weapon with perfect Ranger. That was actually a really good choice because we came to that determination like years ago. We were not the only ones, apparently. And then it came out with the LUD and it brought me back, reintroduced me to that weapon. And I was like, yeah, this feels good. You know, not just the damage, but the handling. I was like, yeah, I'll do this weapon. I'll do you real good. Then they gave us the Caduceus. I was a happy man. I hear a fucking cat. Who's bringing their goddamn cat to the fight?
Air delivery service inbound.
Hostile steam hives detected.
All right. We had an angle on that third guy. He was way the fuck out there.
System reactivated. Helo almost at extraction zone. Helo arrived.
Yeah, the big win I think would be getting enough of these DZ credits to buy that exotic component cash, right? Do I have one of these? No. Are we done if we're down this rock?
Leaving in 30 seconds.
Archivist. Archivisto. Archivisto. De mierda. I don't know, Ty, did you want back in? She might have been working on a build.
Now detecting contaminated gear.
Damn it, turtle. Getting real good. Her stash is full, is what Sapper said. No, the issue.
Contaminated gear detected.
Got one.
Gear.
Let's extract banditos. We'll show these hunters what's up. Oh, you do too. Oops, oops, don't do that. Wait for the homies. The music makes me feel like a UFO is gonna be appearing over my head or something. It's weird music.
Extraction. Hostile sniper turret detected. System restored.
Nice. Look at that, baby. Look at that. Second extraction. They're ravenous. Does anybody need one?
Chopper on site.
Vehicle is on site.
Extraction initiated.
Yeah, the Dark Zone could be so much more. I'm excited for it. You guys, this game kind of has legs, man. It's got legs. I mean, you're fucking 10 and these guys are rolling out new game modes. And, you know, with Destiny 2 being completely fucking dead, we're about to get a whole lot more players.
15 seconds and we're outbound.
I gotta put out a new content calendar or a roadmap for the Division 2. I need to put out a new roadmap, but I mean, Survivors isn't gonna drop in year 8. There's just no way, you know.
Helo is headed back.
There's just no way.
High threat enemy patrol detected.
But they're cooking over there. I'll just tell you that. They're cooking. It's a bigger deal than you think it is. How about that as a teaser? The Survivors is a bigger deal than you think it is. I didn't play Survivors in Division 1, so I'm not sure. Tell me this. Maybe I can get information out of you guys. For those that play Survivors in the Division 1, are there goals and achievements outside of when you're actually playing, you know, in the Survivors game mode? You know what I mean? Like,
Extraction called for.
let me ask you this. Do you have to rescue people
An agent needs assistance.
in the Division 1 survival mode? Or was it just all about keeping you alive?
System reactivated.
Like, were there NPC allies? Do you have NPC allies? Like, was there game systems specifically for that game mode?
Helo's ready for pickup.
Like, maybe a whole nother base of operations, or benches that you had to unlock things or purchase things. maybe to like resupply or something. I don't know how that game mode exactly worked. I probably should just go fucking play it.
Pickup begun.
Okay, so it's just you and a virus sample. Did you have any vendors? Was there a survivor's vendor that you went and maybe bought survival supplies?
30 seconds until
Is there anything like that? Throwing shit out there. And that crafting that you were doing was all happening in the game, right? In the mode as you're fighting. Oh, we're about to glitch or something. Yeah. Classic. Where did you buy things though? Like, were you buying it like in the tunnel? You were underground, right? You buying it in the tunnels? Something like that? I think we're locked up. The safe room. Got it. So kind of like a dark zone.
Hostile patrol detected.
Out there. Okay, well. You think we're gonna lose our fucking loot? Okay, so it's just like a, yeah, you're in there, survival is just all compartmentalized into the game mode. Yeah. Dude. Yeah, I have a feeling like Survivors coming to the Division 2 is like gonna be bigger than the game itself when it comes to like its mechanics and game systems. No, maybe we should rephrase that. Not bigger, probably. It feels like, you know, from what they've disclosed publicly, that it's going to be the largest game mode we have. The deltas are tough, bro. The Division 2 servers are crusty.
Access complete.
I think we got that extraction.
An agent has reconnected.
Let's say. Guess it doesn't matter. It's just DZ credits. But yeah, it doesn't look like we got it. Lost it. Thanks. Thanks, beautiful game.
Transmission range limited. Proximity coverage only.
Yeah, so if the game is as massive as I'm thinking it's going to be, then we're probably not going to see it for no less than a year. I would imagine. But my point of saying that is that the game is going to have legs. You know what I mean? Like, it's like bringing in a fresh team in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to bring a jolt to the game in a good way, you know, like to the player base.
Detected. Location guarded by heavily armed hostiles. Incoming cargo plane with dark zone drop. Landmark engaged.
Nice curve with the grenade change trajectory. Very nice grenade. And I don't think, honestly, I don't think we're going to be bored between now and then. You know what I mean? I think between the DLC and the improvement, some of the other improvements they're making that will open up existing areas that are currently ignored.
Heavily armed hostiles guarding location nearby.
Am I about to Delta again, man? Fuck. What is it? Because it's Friday? Kind of happens a lot in here, doesn't it? How am I supposed to farm exotic components? Oh, look, we got that kill. Should we just get out of here? Fuck, I guess we should, huh? Let's go do an escalation. Great, I'm gonna have to run.
Detected. Location guarded by heavily armed hostiles.
I don't have a DNS. I do. You mean reset my my? Don't I have to, in order to do? Isn't that something I have to do on my router? Me not being an IT guy. Fortunately, I have to be an IT guy. I use an Xbox, I guess is my point. If I reset my router, we have to cut the stream, but it's the game that's fucking up here. We'll just stay out of the dark zone for a minute, see if that fixes it. Yeah, I know. Libertarian. That's just, honestly, it seems like they're doing it for like anticipation and whatever surprise kind of shit, but really it's because their resources are so low that in case they can't deliver, they can fall back onto, we never said it was going to come on Tuesday. I suspect we're going to have a dev live stream on Monday. But they're pretty busy with some other shit, so I would also be surprised if they're not going to do a dev live stream on Monday. But if I was a betting man, I would say something new is coming on Tuesday. Might be because we're on a weekend and people are starting to jump in, breaking the server. The poor little hamster. Temu servers. But yeah, I honestly can't reset my router. I'd lose the stream. We'd have to restart the whole entire stream after everything came back, you know. Let's just get the fuck out of the dark zone. They're connected to McDonald's Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'd believe that. I believe that. Okay, so let's see what missions we have. Actually fun playing. Comic Event Center, kinda. Not my favorite. Air and Space Museums in Jefferson. They're all kind of boring. Air and Space isn't so bad. This one, I mean, isn't so bad. Jefferson Plaza. Was it Hannah U? Oh. Hardwired? God. Future Initiative again. Well, let's do this.
American History Museum, and we figured.
Hostile control point identified.
There's a max tier I can get to. Oh, I can get to 8. Good. I don't want to get to 8 though. Whoops. Stop that.
Near as we can tell, Black Tusk is spread out throughout the building. Be prepared.
That's a lot.
An agent from your clan.
Let me know how often you use it, though. That's the real fucking question. That's the real mind opener. You know what I mean? Hi, Ty. Your stash cleaner. I don't know, Joker. Are you coming back, bro?
An agent has reconnected.
You can use it every. Now you are, You know, I did the same thing. I spent a lot of exotic components getting a pretty comprehensive set. The red one being included. I think I got lucky on the red one. It wasn't too bad, but some of the other ones were a little harder. And I don't use one of them because if you look at the actual stats of how much crit damage comes out of it, it's just like it's basically the same as a Cheska or a Grupo or the Coyote. And you know what I mean? It's like you get like what 4% more crit damage or something like that. I actually want to put together a good little healer build. Another one. We were running Ortiz in here. the other day, but I've been collecting all these future pieces, and I feel like, I mean, you're not going to be able to use them in incursions, you know?
The first priority is to release the prisoners to keep the True Sons busy. You'll be looking for some kind of security terminal. The security terminal should be somewhere nearby. Look around.
But it doesn't mean that they won't be good later, too. That's the other thing we got to remember. You know, sometimes a new synergy pops up because of a new piece of gear.
Sounds promising. Find it and patch eyes again. Okay, I'm in. Now
Introduced in a
open the
future
cells.
season.
And the cells are open.
It does look better. Agreed.
The main holding area
I'm
is
not a
downstairs.
big Coyote fan. Actually, I don't like the Coyote. Not because there's anything wrong with it. It's just boring. But yeah, I have like 10 of those investors in my stash. Like, it's taking up a lot of room. Because there's some other interesting combos. You know, the hazard protection one's really interesting. Because you're going to get a hazard protection and armor regen off of that one slot. And then you can roll the rest red, which I like to do. Yeah, but this game mode is actually more fun now that status effects are back on the table. The status effects are fun to run, you know? We were running Eclipse in here the other day, and it was fun. Working great. Those are always fucking suppressed. There's a junk one I got earlier. You see that guy that put out a future initiative all status effect build with no heals on it whatsoever? You know, the interesting thing about that is you could just run empathetic restall. That'll wait on an Eclipse protocol build. If you want to do that, you know what I mean? It get like way more action out of it. So he's just playing into the mechanic that when your team is at full heals, assuming they're going to get heals another way, right? Not from you. Because you're not running a heal skill. He was running like a Banshee or something like that. I don't know. So basically it's just a 6 skill tier Banshee build that puts out status effects. Not a good healer, not as good of a status effect build. And then you're giving your team a little bonus damage where you could just, all you could do to get the same impact is just run empathetic resolve and not waste your whole fucking build. You ever think about it that way? And the part that's frustrating about it is experimentation is great, right? But that's one of the problems with prototype gear. You know, he's out there promoting a 6 prototype build that's very, 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 very niche. You know, 6 pieces, 7 pieces, whatever, 8 pieces, all prototype, very niche. And then he had a stack broker with perpetuation on it.
Reinforcements incoming.
Which isn't a horrible thing, but it's just like, are you really going to waste your 1 or 2 of those that you have on perpetuation, or is there a better talent that would work for more than one build? And it's interesting, but I probably wouldn't frame it as a build if I was gonna do that. You know what I mean? Because it's really fucking sweaty. And what if somebody doesn't like it? They can't, you know what I mean? Because it's leaning into the augments, right? So you can't really get the impact of the build without the augments. So that's a very expensive process for people to just test and maybe not like it. And it only worked for one game mode, one playstyle. I mean, I wish we could do more of that, though. Experimentation, just raw experimentation, but prototype gear is not really that, right? Not yet. Maybe one day when we have all our benches and the economy and people are more efficient at playing it, and that will happen. Legendary was like that, right? Where it's like, it used to take us 3 hours to do a legendary. Remember those days? Yeah, we do them in 15 minutes, you know? But my point is that there are, it was an interesting perspective because there was another way to accomplish it so much more economically, you know? I can just land a fucking shot on one of these dudes. Maybe heal my team a little bit better, you know? They're always fucking hiding until they're not. Then you're fucking dead. Why is everybody looking at me? Yeah, the Eagle Bear Harrier concept is pretty cool. I tried it. I just find it's weird. It's got a weird little problem with that little chest piece. It doesn't matter what build you run it with, that backpack. It doesn't matter what build you run it with. It's that you don't take a lot of damage. You can't take a lot of damage, you know? And so you're missing that half of it. And I want the damage resistance. I want it to feel godly. I can't get it to do that. Anyways, with the Eagle Bear, the thing is, you're slaying, you know? what I found, I haven't published my Eagle Bear build, but I've been meaning to do it. I'm just working on this healer one first. Kind of deprioritize that build, but it fucking slays right this season. It's a good weapon this season. I'm digging it. And so because it's such a good weapon, I found after thorough testing, I did like Bloodsucker and I did Heartbreak. I tried all these, you know, let's be tanky kind of concepts, you know. But in the end, you're immune all the time. You're just immune all the time. You know, it's easier than ever to maintain your immunity simply because you got that giant mag and higher RPM. Your DPS is just lifted. The modifiers, you know. And so you just kind of lean into that a little bit, right? Just lean into it a little bit. All the way. Not a little bit. Just lean into it all the way. Go all damage. Take advantage of your immunity fully. You know? And every now you get overwhelmed and you die, but that's kind of on you. It's kind of a player thing. You just gotta, you know, be careful how in the weeds you go. And it happens so infrequently that I wouldn't want to change my whole build for that one situation that happens 1 out of 100 runs. You know, not 1 out of 100, but.
Looks like you got True Sun's reinforcements headed your way.
North or south
Go with
side?
whatever you love, of course, but that's just my experience, you know what I mean? Like,
With all those gates sealed, the north exit should be closer.
that's not bad, actually. For Legatus Pestilence build. Not a status effects Pestilence, but we could bring status effects through other ways. I think that had amalgam, however you say that stupid talent. Amalgam. Sorry, that word is just not in my vocabulary. That's a white people word. Tux, you're not white. The hell? You guys didn't know that? Yeah, that reminds me. I want to go, we're going to be bringing the cam in, face cam in, when we hit 100K, and we're really close. That was my promise to you guys, if you don't remember. I said, when we hit 100K, I'll bring my camera in. Right now, I'm just lazy. I like playing without my t-shirt. I'm shirtless half the time. 90% of the time, when I'm streaming to you, I'm wearing no shirt. There's a guy that actually plays that way on purpose. I came across him in the First Descendant. I think he was gay. Not that it matters, but I think that was part of his thing. Maybe showing off his muscles to the dudes. He was trying, you know, I don't know, using it as a dating app. But he would play topless, you know what I mean? All oiled up and shit. It was not an accident. Yeah, so we are somewhere around 15,000 away from hitting 100K. And then bringing in the cam. Oh, that reminded me. You know what else I did today? You know what else I did? We're upgrading things around here, folks. I bought my first ever DJ controller. You know, turntables and shit, mixers. So we can make cooler music. I want to do more work with stems, but my point is I eventually want to do live sets. I don't know how I'm going to structure it yet. I'm a freak. I don't use oil. I use whale blubber. Got your back, I. Yeah, so I want to do live music sets, you know, bring that to our streams, bring more music to our streams. Not every day kind of thing, but like just a variety stream kind of thing. Still integrated with gaming though. So it'd be like gaming with live DJing. I don't know how that would work. I mean, visually, I'm thinking like maybe I've pre-recorded gameplay for when I am DJing live and making a new mix. So it'd be a live mix, a live set. That would then be a future soundtrack. Or you could just rewatch the stream. Something like that. And so then I could just have pre-recorded gameplay going in the background when I'm doing that. Just kind of do like a split screen thing, you know? Or maybe that could be a backdrop. It could be my backdrop, you know, run a green screen or something like that.
Agent down.
Or we just do it in a session, you know, like where I play game session and, you know, we just have background music and then I swap over, work on the set. That's a tardigrader. I don't not need a tardigrader. Need that beacon chest. If anybody gets a beacon chest, I need it. By Caduceus. Well, what do you got, Zero? Is there a pro tip for dealing with UV customers? Oh man, yeah, don't deal with them. No, I'm just kidding. I have no personal experience with Ubisoft support. You'd have to ask other people in the chat, so I'd have to redirect that to the chat. I know players have dealt with them where they've maybe accidentally deleted their main account, got it back. That's a common one. I've also had people have frustrating experiences. Here we go.
Hostile control point detected.
What's in the Potomac right now? 511? Oh, that's like the worst one. Canada use probably not going to pay out, but we should probably do at least one down here. Yeah, I still have that mask, you know. I just got lazy, you know what I mean? It's got lazy. And also, you know, weather impacts everything, you know. I just thought it was cool to kind of play into the vibe, you know? Like, I had all sorts of ideas back then. You know what I mean? Like, role play a little bit. And so I bought a bunch of like Division 2 stuff. Like the Division 2 map. There's a map that's pretty cool. And like I had this backdrop idea where I'd make it look like a mind map, like kind of like what like the police do or detectives do. You know, they have this wall and they got all this evidence and they're trying to piece things together, you know. Kind of conspiracy wall, so to speak, you know. But wearing the mask for like 5-hour streams is just, it becomes a little much. You know what I mean? Although it was fun. And to be honest with you, I'm not like a super private person, so it's not about being like protecting my privacy as so much per se. It's more about just being comfortable while you're here for 5 hours. You know what I mean? Being able to, you know, stream for 5 hours completely in the nude. Pretty cool. And the buff. Or not shower, because I see some of these dudes that stream like non-stop. Some Division 2 guys that stream non-stop. And I look at him, I'm like, gross, dude, fucking shower. You know? You haven't looked like you showered in a long time. Just saying. How come you stream so much? What does it do? What does it do to stream that much? Guess we're not. Now you can't do it all. You have to make choices. So streaming is costly, right? Because you got like 5 hours. You need to make content if you want to grow. YouTube is more potent as a somebody who covers games than Twitch will ever be. I mean, I wish money wasn't a factor, but it has to be. You know what I mean? Like you have to make enough to sustain a business. And streaming, you just don't really make that much money unless you're like real big, right? Like Dr. Pedophile, you know, dude, whatever. I mean, have you ever watched some of his streams, man? I don't know if he gets that much since that whole pedophile scandal came out, but man, I would watch his streams and like they were extremely boring, by the way. Like if you ever watch Dr. Disrespect streams, for the first hour, it's him like stretching his mouth and flexing his muscles. Have you ever seen his streams? They're weird. But you have but once you're that big, I guess you have the luxury, you know? So he waits till his stream is peak and then he starts playing the game. So he just sits there, he logs in, he's just sitting there in the camera, kind of maybe responding to, he's talking to his chat, which is good too. So it's not like he's not ignoring people or anything. But his chat is going so fast. I mean, I can't even catch what anybody's saying. It's way too fast, you know? It's like, man, there's so many people in here. It's insane. And people are donating left and right. $100 here, $20 there, $50 there, $1,000 here. I mean, big donation to this dude who's stretching his mouth. You know, he's literally stretching his mouth going, wow, 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 wow. It's actually pretty good to do if you can do talking, I guess, in the stream. Should probably do it too. So you don't get tongue-tied. But yeah, once you get that big, then it makes sense to. I mean, you got a couple of things going on though. Once you get that big as a streamer, right? One is you can't just stream because you're promoting a game. So if that's a form of revenue for you, then you have to think about that. Shit, I can't stream this game. I got to call these dudes and ask them to sponsor me. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you get that big. It becomes a factor. Oh, there's more down there. Hold on. Good job, guys. But boy, does he make a lot of money in one stream. He must make like $20,000 just from donations in one stream. That's crazy.
Hostile radio intercepted.
And then people are joining his membership too. So there's that on top of that, right?
Negative. The subway's compromised.
But that's like the 0.001%. You know,
Sorry, Agent.
we're smaller
The enemy
dudes.
has overrun the area.
But the truth is, a lot of people stream only in this industry because they also can't edit, right? It's not in their skill set. So that's also a big why. You know, some people are just saying it is. First of all, it's very. One video is sometimes a 2-3 day process for me. You know. And then from there you got your casual video dudes that will, you know, not edit anything, not the video, the footage doesn't line up with what they're saying, or you know, there's a lot of or rambling because they're not editing, you know, and so their videos aren't concise and whatever. That's so, you know. You can get away with that too, especially if you get really good at articulating better, you know, your points. If you're a good communicator, we'll just say, right? If you're really good and able to be concise on the fly, then you could really. There's still going to be editing involved, but it'll be minimal. Like the kind of guys that I like I follow streamers too. There's just not, honestly, there's just not a lot of that I enjoy, you know? Like if you watch, like, I mean, I don't want to be mean, but we all have our style. There's probably people that hate my streams, right? So we all, you know, we all have a style of, like, who we're willing to listen to for 3 fucking hours, right? You know what I mean? Now, like, there's a guy like I'm just gonna use somebody outside of our game, like the First Descendant. Like if you know Sven, that dude, if you play that game, like he streams a lot, and I mean he's irritating to me as like a motherfucker because he's got like resting bitch face all the time. He doesn't even look like he's having fun, and I'm not really into to tryhards, dudes that are really fucking sweaty. You know what I mean? It's just because I'm not that way, so I'm not. So I don't enjoy watching it either. You know. So some of the people that cover the Division 2 and that are streaming 24/7, yeah, it's just not my thing. I'm not intrigued. You know, I just don't get it. But skill haste, repair skills on these is what we'd want. Oh, we need to swap weapons. I haven't been paying attention. Son of a bitch. Speaking of, we were talking about that earlier. I forgot about it. There's or Alisa, if you watch that dude, you know, I mean, he's rambling. The things that come out of his mouth, though, 99% of the shit just doesn't even make sense. Then you have that, you know. And then you have the guys that speak and everything they're saying is obvious and they're not adding any value. Like DJ Tickle, if you're familiar with that guy. Like he never actually adds any value, you know. Hey, look, it's a store. We got a new cosmetic. You know, it's a store. It's like I could go to the fucking store myself. Tell me something interesting. You know what I mean? What? You know? What? You know? Or a new gear set and his reviews, it's just like reading it word for word. I think it's pretty good. Seems pretty good. You know, it's just like no value added. You know what I mean? And that irritates me too. So like the guys like I like, you know who I really like is like, if you're familiar with the Merchant Gamer, I like him. I mean, I'm not like, his voice isn't for me, and that I'm weird like that. I'm weird like that where voices can rub me.
Hostile forces.
But you know who I really like is the Burnt Peanut. I mean, that dude is famous for a fucking reason. That guy is so fucking hilarious. I'm telling you. He is genuinely fucking funny. I mean, I don't watch his content anymore because it was his Arc Raider stuff that introduced me to him, and I think what really made him popular. But man, he was genuinely funny, bro. I mean, just off the cuff shit. Hilarious. And it's not the peanut thing. It's not the peanut thing. You know, that's just his avatar, right? I'm saying the words coming out of his fucking mouth. He's offering zero value. Absolute no value. See, it's not about value, but his entertainings. Like, he's entertaining as fuck. I mean, that's awesome. Those guys are fucking awesome, you know? Witty and entertaining. You know, I don't even think he's a good gamer. I don't know. I never paid attention. He was just saying funny shit and doing funny things and bum rushing and dying and laughing. You know what I mean? It's funny as shit. And then there's guys like Shroud. Like, I would never like a guy like Shroud. You know what I mean? Just all like, oh, I'm really good at the game, and so I'm really snobby. I'm really snobby about it. Yeah, I don't care about you guys. You know, you're going to be here whether I tell you you suck, whether I hate you or not, you're still going to come to my fucking channel. That's how he is. You know what I mean? That's like, oh, dude, like, what? Are you human? But being a streamer, being on YouTube or whatever online a lot can make you bitter over time. So I do have a little sympathy there. But either way, that aside, he's just not my style. Like, it's all about because I'm the best FPS player in the world. I don't give a shit. I don't want to watch the best FPS player in the world. I honestly don't. I want to be entertained or I want to learn something. That's it. That's why I go to YouTube. Even outside of gaming. I want to be entertained or learn something, and usually it's learn something. You know?
What the hell? These readings are insane.
And so the streamers, so like Burnt Peanut would be an example of somebody who I watch from the entertainment side, except I don't get into entertainment too much. So I can't tell you another guy because I just don't have one. I don't watch gaming videos for entertainment. I watch to learn something. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's like, hey, is this game good? Let me see. Does this game look good? Oh, he's playing this game. I like this guy. You know, I like his perspective. Let's see what he thinks about this game. You know, I'm learning something. Another comedy guy I used to like in the past, but I don't even know if he makes videos anymore, was the Russian Badger. He used to do he used to be paid by the Division 2 to do videos. And he's got really good editing skills. So that was his superpower. He had good editing skills. He had like, he would use like 3D animations and stuff. And like funny skits. He's got a lot of Division videos. They're old. They were like when Wony launched kind of videos. I'm not even paying attention. I should be swapping weapons, I guess.
Vital signs critical.
Just healed all the way up the wounded. Very nice. Hold that. But for learning, like I said earlier, like if you guys know the Gaming Merchant, he covers Arc Raiders, and he doesn't break out the calculator or the spreadsheets. He does sometimes, but it's occasional. But it's all practical testing, so it's entertaining, and it's also you're listening to his perspective, you know. He knows the game. He does do research. He follows all the news. He's aware of what's going on. You know what I mean? He doesn't make stupid fucking clickbait covers like the Tinkerer is nerfed kind of videos, you know, just to get somebody to fucking click on it. You know, he gives his honest opinion. He doesn't always like things, doesn't always hate things. You know what I mean? They'll show you how it performs. He's got a theory. He goes and tests it. It's not scientific, but it's just like, yeah, you know, I just demonstrated it. Yeah, I feel like seems to be what's going on. Obviously, it's not a scientific method here, but it's a video game, right? So sometimes we have to keep things into perspective about our data and realize, you know, it's a video game. Doesn't need to be scientific, really. Plus, shit changes all the time. He's over 400 pounds. I'd believe it. I can hear him eating a lot when he's streaming. Nah, just kidding. God, he's funny. Heavier dudes tend to be funnier. Yeah, I believe it.
An agent needs assistance.
Get out of our way real quick.
System
I'm coming.
disrupted. System restored.
See how easy it was to swap weapons, you know? God. The Caduceus is nerfed because you have to swap weapons. So when you're using the other weapon,
Send in a
you're
team
not
to
healing.
dismantle the rest of that crap once you've cleared the site.
Jessica backpack with protector. What's the shitty talents, bro? Yeah, there's like Shroud won't play with him because Shroud can't stand losing. And he goes, hey, if we're going to keep playing like this, I'm out. That's how Shroud talks to fucking Peanut. Like, dude, have some fucking fun. It's a video game. Not about the fucking trophies. Let's enjoy yourselves here. What are we doing? You're not having fun yet? Yeah, actually, that modifier is really easy to work around, to be honest with you. You just look for those opportunities to swap. This guy's almost dead. Let me just quickly swap and reset my kill count, you know? Or let your team get the kill. And you deduce, what do you call that? Contributing damage. It's only bad when you forget it's there. Like I did earlier. Playing for the first few checkpoints, forgetting that it was even a thing. There's one bozo trying to be a hero.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Beast it! Oh. Oh, more. We're not done. Fuck. Always happens to me. Yeah, see, he needs to rotate weapons. He probably didn't realize. I noticed that he's been shooting a lot. Sounds funny in a shooter game. How dare you shoot a lot in a shooter game? Easy to forget to rotate. Not when he's not sponsored. I get that, Loki. Nobody's paying him to win that game. That's what I'm saying. There's no trophy. It's not a tournament. There's tournaments, right? And then you have to qualify. You have to be a top player. But those are competitive games. Like Call of Duty does that, don't they? But I haven't seen anything about Arc Raiders having a competition where they invite teams and they got to win. I guess I could be wrong. Never happened before.
Exiting contaminated area.
I mean, I know. Believe me, I know what a competitive gamer is. I get that they go to tournaments and they have, you know, how they earn their title of being the best FPS player in the world isn't because they were playing with Peanut. I get that. Trust me. Understood.
An agent needs assistance.
He's just kind of a dick. You know what I mean, Shroud? He's just a dick. I don't know. But he's proved, here's the twist on it. He's proved he can be, right? That's what's crazy. And that's kind of the kamikaze model on streaming or on covering the Division 2. He's like, you fuckers are gonna come back anyways. Hate me or not, you're gonna watch my videos. You know? He's not wrong. He's still here. That guy doesn't want to die.
suggests the enemy's planning to hit 2 districts at once. Get ready, Agent.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
That's right. You're pissing purple, buddy.
Don't let Wilson get away.
Serious trauma detected. An agent needs assistance. Agent down.
Die, you little fucker. There it is. Help! Help!
Medical assistance.
Help!
Agent incapacitated.
Thanks, Ty. Another tardigrade. That's the second one I got today. Useless. Shit. The timer's too fucking short.
Gonna be in a bad spot here.
How easy these guys are to kill. Oh my god. Funniest thing just happened. We just played that whole mission with a 3-piece tipping scale set. Oh my god, I'm a fucking loser. I forgot to put on the last piece. Where's my mind? Guess that one needs a good chance. Let's see that one again. Because I got an escalation prototype I gotta pick up. Apparently. What else we gotta do? You gotta go. All right. Right on, brother. Appreciate your jokes.
An agent has left your group.
But yeah, 4 pieces is overrated. 4 pieces are for pussies. Turkey, you want in or do you want me to matchmake? Or anybody else?
Show is back in my room.
Yeah, what do we have? Big Mag, LMG damage, and that was it. I mean, it shows that equalizer gear set is the equalizer and the salvo is pretty good on its own. I mean, that says a lot, actually. Like, if you scroll back, I don't think our damage was that bad. I wish we could pull back stats, you know? Did we look at our stats? I don't think I think I glanced at them, but I didn't pay attention. But I didn't feel like we did that bad for not having shit. Let me see. I can scroll through this.
An agent from your clan has joined your
Mr.
team.
Buckle.
Serious trauma detected.
Get rid of the riffraff. Oh, I gotta get munitions. I'll be right back. Gaz, he's an asshole. Never heard of him. I've listened to Nightmare Frame. He's pretty nice. See here. Let me offload a few things to a little full. Yeah, Nightmare Frame is pretty nice. He's an energetic fellow. Who else did I watch over there? Can't remember names. Yeah, I'll be right in there. Sorry, I'm lame. Munitions. Kind of tedious. The fuck? It's at 120. That was what? And then I only got 72. That was weird. Okay, that's good. Then one more will open. If I have one, yeah. All right, coming back. All right, sorry about that, guys. Select mission. We'll confirm. It's interesting when something like that happens, though, when you got like a ship build on accident or something, and then you look at your points at the end and you're like, damn, you know, I was on par with everybody's meta build. And we've talked about that like tirelessly, right? Which is the theory being it's more the player than the build. It has to be. There it is. Hold on. Oh, take that back 1 second. Right there.
Agent needs assistance.
Hard to scroll on this thing. A little. Let it play through, I guess.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
I do want to do that test with everybody running the Caduceus because I think we'd be doing all right. Oh, no way that hit me.
Detected.
Okay. Let's see. I was actually on par with everybody, except Ty kicked my ass. So Ty carried the whole team. But with everybody else, I was tied. So I tied for second, and Ty won number first place. Of course she did. Oh, it's on, Ty. It's on.
Needed. Agent down.
Oh, we're nerfed. Guess what?
An agent needs assistance.
Oh no! Please don't Delta.
Serious
Aw,
trauma detected.
that was lame.
Agent out of action.
Nowhere to fucking
Immediate
go.
medical assistance needed.
Lame.
Agent deceased.
Cover up your fucking sucks.
Agent down.
Can only hold 2 people.
An agent needs assistance. Serious trauma detected.
Her in the back is super fucking annoying. How are these shotgun guys getting this from behind cover at a different elevation? That turret wasn't shooting at me at that moment. I died from a wrist shot. Turrets are pretty painful in escalation, aren't they? They lock it down more than we're accustomed to. They're lame drops, man. Fish sticks? Gross. Be still. No audio. Audio's for pussies. The GR9 is actually really nice for this weapon swapping. Because Frenzy tires out, expires before you get through your mag.
Operational train detected.
So, you know, I just leave a few rounds in the mag and then stow it away since I got a couple of kills.
You may have eyes on Wilson.
And then
entrance to the mall.
allows me to quickly enable Frenzy on the weapon swap, which allows me to get it quick, a lot faster. Rinse, repeat. You can't even see. Well, you can, I guess. But when you're in the White House, you can't see how much munitions you have, and it's annoying. You have to go to the bench to see. Because you have no UI. You have no gameplay UI.
System curtailed. System restored. Immediate medical assistance needed. Vital signs critical.
Ugh, whatever, dude. Still shooting. You got pulse. Whatever, dude. You think it's gonna be over $100? Oh my god. You're a gay fish. How many people of the Division 2 do you think play that as a percentage? GTA 6. It's gonna be nuts, right? How many, I mean, that's crazy how big that game is. Think about where it started. Or do you remember? Are you young and are you old enough to remember? I remember. Such a controversy. You're raping prostitutes and killing priests. Enters Snoop Dogg. Killing prostitutes, that's my thing.
Serious trauma detected.
Killing prostitutes sounds like my Tuesday night. Frenzy's so strong, you could probably just play through the debuff. I'm here for the RPMs. Because it doesn't impact your rate of fire, it's just the damage. Hey, look at this. More crap. Yes. You know, now that I think about it, that prototype at the end is probably not going to be there. Did anybody ever hear the theory that Marilyn Manson was a psyop? Or he was constructed by the CIA or some government thing? I can't remember the reason. It might have been like an anti-hippie movement thing. What kind of healer we got on the table? Looks like future initiative. Very nice. I feel that little damage kick there.
An elevator that should take you to the mall. Wilson is still by the entrance. We've spotted a mortar team with him. These are probably the fuckers who attacked the castle.
What up, Fly? Was that right? Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was a bear fight or not.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Got reloaded on accident. Gone. Ah.
Signs critical.
Good killing, team. Good killing. Hannah, you could be helpful if you get the right one. This one's interesting. Repair with clutch. Probably not helpful at all. Did that Reach? I just watched Reacher the other day. You know how often I watch that movie? I'm one of those people that will watch the same movie over and over again. I like my favorites. I'll watch my favorites. You know what I mean? I'm disappointed by a lot of the new movies. so I'll go to my favorites all, you know, all the time. Still love them. Like I've watched Reacher probably like, you know, a dozen times or something. Still love it. I didn't like the second or third one as much. Was there a third one? Just second one again. There's the one about his daughter. That wasn't alright. That was alright. He's gonna come running up, coming through, huh? Fuck. gonna get out of cover and let's fight. Oh my god, they nerfed Killer because you have to swap weapons in escalation. And we're going all day, people. I'm here all day, folks, for your entertainment. Die Hard, oh my god, one of my favorites. Big Indiana Jones fan too. All the Star Wars. Not a big fan of many of the offshoot Star Wars, but I did like Rogue One. I thought that was great. Drop some. Saved your life, Ty. Saved your life. So did you see that the new expedition has been announced for Arc Raiders? That's great news because that means the new season is going to come soon, and that's a great time to get back into the game when everybody's fresh. I'm kind of waiting for that. I'm really enjoying the first Descendant, though. I've been playing the shit out of it. The characters are great right now. Content's feeling good too. Still needs more content, of course, but there's a few things to fill up a solid session. And that's what I'm looking for right now, right? I can get 3 hours out of it easy. A day. A day. Bunny's really cool now. She's got this electric kick. Basically a front karate kick. It's pretty sick. And you can make it hit real fucking hard. So you know that laser beam they took away? So it replaces that on most of the builds. But she's also got a gunny build, and that's really fun.
Excellent. I'll send in a team to dismantle the rest of that crap once you've cleared the site.
I want to see Disclosure Day too. It looks so good. Looks creepy as fuck. I don't usually run Hannah U on a damage build, but maybe it'd be helpful. I guess it's pretty good. Actually, it could be good on a refactor. If you're looking to mix things up. Because two-piece Hannah U's damage, right? So you run the backpack, combined arms, and then another Hannah U, and then run the refactor chest piece if you want to go that way.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
It's actually really easy to reset if you just... it depends on your weapon, right? That's one of the cool things about Caduceus is that the weapon swapping doesn't punish you. Nice.
An agent needs assistance. Serious trauma detected.
Trying to give you my hive. Sorry, Ty. Got staggered like a motherfucker.
Agent down.
I got him. Oh, really? Shoot me through the fucking stairs. The dick move, bruh. Get up. Fight like a man. BTC Firestorm owes me quite a few pickups here. Payback's a bitch, buddy. Hate that left side. It's annoying. No angle for me there. And this is my spot, bro.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
That's fuck you damage, huh? Frenzy's insane. It shouldn't be in the game. Honest with you. The limo driver? Favorite Die Hard character. I don't know. Hans is pretty cool. What about the weird dude, the office salesman guy that gave off predator vibes, the one that was hitting on McClane's wife? It's pretty cool. Ooh, my gear might be out here still. No.
Leaving contaminated area.
Oh, because I had to replenish my munitions. Hey, did anybody figure out what the timekeeper shit was all about? Why did they give that to us? Why do we have watches on our backpacks? What's that? What is that? Does that have to do with the conspiracies? Is it the classified mission stuff? But I don't know what that's about. Sniper in the open.
An agent needs assistance. Agent down.
Shit. Got a box in the hen house, folks. Ooh. That's a nice little hand of you. Crits, headshot, glass cannon. For skill build. I don't know which one.
Don't let Wilson get away.
Fuck Wilson.
An agent needs assistance.
Another one. And you galvanize is a great one. Regular builds.
Agent down.
I need to change back.
Agent, we're seeing
Nice.
retaliatory strikes across the city.
Good job, guys. We're on a win streak. Okay, I think we got all those. Let's look at that backpack. Repair status clutch. That's a shame. Skill damage, repairs, and galvanize. That's nice. I can go either way, skill damage or repair. But the Scorpio is what I'm thinking on a repair build. One of those. And because of this tier and a half, we can start running more armor on prototype healers. So that's a great find. This one is probably crushed, sadly. We got Cannon U with glass cannon and crit damage and headshot damage. Then a hybrid, like a striker deal. And then skill damage of weapon. I want that double yellow, right? Should we try a different mission? Try a different mission. Atomic. We already did that one. This one. Let's go back here. See if we got better luck. I'm running a tipping skills with the Caduceus.
Hostile control point identified.
Ain't she beaut? Recon Doc. Shadow banning, but somebody hit the wrong name. I've never done anything to a ban or hidden. I don't know. Recon. It's a good question. I'd have to look into it. Let me look. Settings, I think. Community moderation. Recon. Something, right? Somewhere here. Maybe? No. Oh, okay, I found it. The area. Recon something. Fortunately, there's no search function here. I have to like scan. My visual eyeballs. Are you sure you're not able to comment or anything? I'm not seeing you. Unless, oh, you know what? Is your thing the same? That might be thing. Recon, you might have a different name on YouTube. What is it? Might be looking in vain here. Okay. Well, let me know what that is a moment later. Escalate mission. Yeah, let me know what your name is over there on YouTube. I might not, if it's recon data, I don't see anything. If it's recon doc, I mean, I don't see any recons showing up under the "you are not obliged" list.
Serious trauma detected.
An annoying corner that dude's hiding in. Same name, huh? I mean, is this something new for you? You've noticed?
The first priority is to release the prisoners to keep the True Sons busy. You'll be looking for some kind of security.
Honestly,
terminal.
there's no recon doc showing
Security
up.
terminal should be somewhere nearby. Look around.
Yeah, I'm looking through it for a third time now. Nothing, man. That's weird.
Active terminal detected.
Sounds promising. Find it and patch Isaac in. Okay, I'm in. Now to open the cells. And the cells are open.
Yeah, man. I don't see you at all. Oh, I found you. There you go. You were in the list. You were in the you're not obliged list. You were in the eat shit sandwich list, bro. How'd you get there? Is it? Do you think it's gonna have that behavior in here where the first run we're not gonna get shit, the second run we'll maybe get a couple drops, and then the third and fourth run it starts raining? No, it doesn't say why. It's just a big list of people in a very small little field. I mean, it could have been me. It could have been the bot. It could have been a moderator. I'm real quick to block trolls, remove trolls from the channel. So sometimes if somebody says something that looks like it's trolly, maybe they meant it different, but you know how things on the internet can be just not interpreted great, you know? I just don't have time. You know what I mean? Don't have time
Vital signs critical.
to listen to you whine. So sometimes I just quickly hit the button, move on, you know? Better for everybody. But I'm not always right. That's for sure. So it's good if people bring it up, and which isn't always easy to do if you don't do Twitch, right? I just kind of grew up in that generation. It's kind of a generational thing, I feel like. Because I think some of the younger generations aren't like that, but I'm just kind of like, hey, just because it's the internet doesn't mean you can't be respectful to people. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about you, Recon. I'm just saying in general. I'm not talking about you, Recon. I'm just saying. Just my internet philosophies. Like, you know, just because you're hiding behind a keyboard doesn't mean you can be a dick. You can still phrase things politely. You know what I mean? Like, I beg to differ. I have a different opinion. Let me tell you what it is. You know? I mean, I'm not saying you have to be long-winded. Feedback is important to me, though. I mean, I do listen to a lot of you guys' feedback. Try to make changes to the channel accordingly. But a lot of it's not constructive, you know? You'd be surprised. You know, People like to give their opinions, but they don't want to make an impact, apparently. You know what I mean? Because you can make a real impact on certain channels by leaving a quality response, you know? Like, if you try to correct my pronunciation, that'll get you banned from my channel. I'm not kidding. That'll do it. So if you tried to condense, like if I said a word wrong and you tried to correct me, I will probably block you. Just saying. Like, dude, that is not the point of the fucking video, you know? Like, you've never commented before and hear you. I mean, I don't recognize your name. I recognize names. I do. Out of all the years that I've been streaming, I recognize names. You know what I mean? Which is weird. I don't know why. I'm horrible at real names. Can't remember anybody's fucking name in real life. The internet handles, I do a pretty good job. And so, you know, I make a 22-minute video. I invest 18 hours in making that video sometimes. Like, not, I shit you not. And the only fucking remark you can make is, dude, you pronounced amalgam wrong. That's the only fucking thing, the only value you can add in the comment section is to correct somebody's pronunciation. That's an internet thing. I'm not the only one that suffers from that, but I think it's fucking retarded. So I'm just gonna be like, dude, I said 15,000. No, I said probably, like, no shit. That's probably, most videos are about 5,000 words, you know? And I said one of them wrong, and you're gonna hone in on that? Fucking A. Who are you? Not human. You are a bot, and so bots are blocked. You get it? You know what I mean? That's something a bot would do. So bots are blocked. We don't need bots on the channel. We need humans. Real live people. It's petty. It is for me to block somebody about that. You could just ignore it, but usually those are the same people that would leave trolly comments anyways. So it's for the better. You know what I mean? No harm, no foul. It's for the better. But not everybody has, you know what I mean, has certain words in their vocabulary, like amalgam. I have a hard time with that fucking word. It's retarded. You know? And it's just not a word. It's not a word I've ever said before I saw the modifier. And so you're just gonna have to excuse me if that's a word that you say every day before the Division 2. When you were 6 years old, your parents were raising you on amalgam. Amalgam. That's how you say it, right? Amalgam. Use your fucking hives, guys. Come on, man. You got a hive and you see somebody dead, fucking use it. And they'll return their favor later. Don't wait for them to crawl. Kind of a pet peeve of mine in the game. Because you're not using your hive. You know what I mean? You're alive. We were talking about this the other day, right? When somebody doesn't use their hive on you, they're saying, you're such a shitty player that you're not worth my hive. Because if I just gave you my hive, you would die again. And then when I die, I'm not going to be able to get back up because I use my hive on your worthless body. See? You, Ty. You. That's the perfect example. Hi. We're supposed to die right there. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, so, you know, with the word thing, it's just like, yeah, you know. Some of us have different ethnic backgrounds too. Like, for example, I'm Latino, so sometimes that gets in the way of my pronunciations. You know what I mean? Because the I's are E's and the A's are, you know, everything's just said a little bit different. It's almost like backwards. E's are I's, the I's are E's, and sometimes that'll fuck with my pronunciation. And Spanish isn't my first language. I had to learn Spanish at the age of like 32. I learned Spanish at 32 years old. I didn't know any Spanish. But it still fucks with me now. You know what I mean? It's worth it. But the big picture is who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? This is a video about video games, not pronunciating words, and I just don't want my comment section cluttered with that bullshit. So I gotta clean it up, and that's how you clean it up. Well, you can just delete the comment too, but it's easier to delete the person because their next comment is gonna be just as fucking trolly, you know? I mean, and it's okay to laugh at me. Like, you know what I mean? I don't mind that. It's not about that. It's not that I'm embarrassed, you know? It's just frustrating because it's just like, dude, spent a lot of time in this video and that's what you're focusing on. And maybe my video had no fucking value, apparently. You know what I mean? Apparently my video had no value. And hey, that's on me. You know what I mean? So that's on me if that's the case. The only value that the video brought was that one fucking word I mispronounced, apparently. You know? That's the interesting thing about YouTube in general, or the comment sections in general, is that good people don't tend to comment. If you notice that. They don't comment a lot, at least. It takes a lot to pull them out of to pull them into the comment section.
Just lost the camera feed from the holding area. There was a bright flash and then static.
Yeah, let the haters move on. That's kind of my philosophy too. It's just like, move on, dude. Like, if you don't like my channel, why don't you just not watch me? But at the same time, feedback is important. So if you like my channel and you would like to just see some adjustments, you know, like, hey, Tux, you know, the music is too loud, but the music is part of my channel and I'm going to be making it more part of my channel. You know what I mean? Like, it's a reflection of who I am a little bit, right? Because I've always enjoyed gaming and music, like, together, before online gaming was a thing. You know, when you had your console plugged into your TV at home and you had surround sound. And then back in the day, I had this, I used to have a Harman Kardon receiver. And so I had a Harman Kardon adapter for my iPod, and you would plug in your little iPod to the little sync, and it would play on the surround sound along with your music, and it just felt awesome, you know? Because that's how you did it back then. There was no streaming music. There was no...
The holding area is just ahead. Once you
I
find a
mean,
laptop, grab it and get
Napster had come and gone. You could, but you'd have to bring your PC up there and all that shit. You know, I don't know if at that time if I was doing that, if Pandora was around yet. Maybe. But either way, it's pretty cool. And so I just, you know, I like having music with the game in the background, or making it kind of a thing. But some people don't like it, right? Some people don't like it. And there's a lot of channels that, most channels actually don't integrate music at all, and they do wonderfully. You know? So I try to balance that a little bit, but I realize I'm not going to win everybody. You know what I mean? Definitely not going to win everybody. So some people are just be like, music's not my thing. Sorry. Or I don't like your style of music. That's also a risk, right? So that's the risk about it. If I wanted to appeal more to a general audience and not be so niche, then it'd probably be to my benefit to not do music at all, because I imagine people that don't like my music style will not watch my videos, because it would annoy you to listen to music that you don't like. So I get that. That makes sense. And so that's why the feedback is important, you know. And so I try to tread lightly and respect people's opinions, and, you know, but I get a lot of opinions for sure, and not all of them are constructive, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Both. Heavier concentration to the south.
Shitty music, dude.
The north exit should be closer.
Or I got like a really nasty comment the other day from a dude that was out of the UK. And it was a reply to, it was a comment on the stream. What did he say? He's like, this isn't Mario Brothers, dude. It's horrible fucking music. Something like that, right? You know? He's like, you gotta stop. Yeah, and so you know what's also that's good feedback, the loud thing, because I have to go aggressively low actually in videos, because the reality is it's not loud, it's just loud for you. I'm like way under suggested guidelines for music volume on videos. Like way under, like 3 times under. And the deal is, it's the device. It's everybody has a different device. Your speakers are different in how they handle treble and bass and the balancing of things. You know what I mean? So on my end, listening to headphones, I was like, that music is really quiet. I barely fucking hear it. And when you're on a little, maybe a cheap little, something, even the older iPhones, like the iPhone 10, for example, had horrible sound. It was like the treble would be like really high on vocals and stuff like that. And the bass would be really low. And so it just sound like a can. You know what I mean? And so that dictates people's perspective, right? Impacts it, opinions. And so I have to be a little bit weary of that. So again, the safer bet, if I wanted to win everybody over, would just be to not do music at all. To lower that risk. Because you can't win them all. You know what I mean? Oh, Recon. I probably did. If you made a post and the dev responded, then I covered it. People are anti-AI altogether, and it's also kind of annoying. That's like, are you guys not aware of what's going on in the world right now? Like, AI is everywhere, bro. It's everywhere. The games we're playing are now leveraging AI. And they're investing more into it. And so if you think you're going to stop that, boy, oh boy, you're in for a surprise. Evolve. Oh, I didn't put a space in that. Sorry. Let me do it again. Yeah, I mean, reality is AI is here to stay. It's not perfect. It's growing. You got to use it tastefully, you know.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
One of the weird things I did notice in regards to the Division 2 was, you know, there's a lot of AI in thumbnails, right? Which is logical because you want to portray something and you don't have the photo opportunity to do it because we don't have that kind of photo system. So you have to get AI to like recreate a certain situation. That's kind of hard to explain, but you get it. But what I've started noticing is that everybody's AI thumbnails all kind of look the same. Kind of weird. Almost like everybody's using the same app and the same prompts. I don't know how that's happening, but have you guys noticed that? Like they're all really busy. Like there's a lot of noise in the background, like visual noise, like shock and splatter, or maybe like this orange halo behind the character, something like that. But it's all kind of, it's very grungy is the word I want to use. Rustic. Grungy is really the word I want to use. Rough, you know what I mean? As a style. So it is intentional. Not like it's low quality. I mean, like that's the style that he or she chose. And like everybody's choosing that style, and I feel like it's not on purpose. I feel like it's just coming out that way. Oh man, I think I still need a good backpack. Probably not gonna run the feature backpack, but I want the option. You guys notice that? You know whose thumbnails haven't changed in like 13 years? It's Kamikaze's. Have you noticed that? He literally recycles the same fucking thumbnails ever since I've been playing The Division 2.
Hostile control point nearby.
You know what's really kind of blowing my mind right now is I custom make my my thumbnails, make them all perfect, and then I upload them into YouTube, right? And let's see how we're doing on coins. And I look at us, we broke 100 tokens. Let's see how we are on resources. So I upload them on YouTube, and YouTube now has a new AI feature. Check this out. Because you know YouTube's Google, right? So they have a new AI feature where, well, let's do one more in here. See if I can get lucky. Where you can have it analyze your video, and it'll spit out an actual thumbnail. Cover for your video, right? Full there, text, video, Division 2 logo, and everything, right? And it's not a bad idea to leverage it, because if YouTube knows how to get fucking clicks, it's, there's nobody better, right? Nobody better. It doesn't work 100%. So I started using this lately, or last couple of videos I started using it. I just noticed it. I think it's a new feature. How are we on amplification? We got enough. We all here? I can't tell. We're waiting. Okay, cool. So, what I end up doing is I'll make my custom one, and then I'll have YouTube itself create 2 alternates and run an A/B test. Which is what I do anyways. Run A/B tests, but it allows me to do it more efficiently, and then kind of compare mine against what YouTube comes up with. All mine custom generated versus YouTube's AI generated thumbnail, and it does a really good job. like 8 out of 10 times it'll beat my thumbnail, and that's crazy, bro. Because what's crazy about it is I'll come up with this like really good thumbnail, and it's like what I think is good, obviously. What I think is good. But what gets clicks, what earns clicks is different, right? What earns clicks it's a little cheesier. It's super cheesy, Like and I've known that for years, but I've always kind of leaned on it. Can't be like quality's got to beat cheesy, right? No, absolutely not. Quality doesn't beat cheesy in the world of YouTube. So what I'm talking about by cheesy, I'm not talking about clickbait. No. We got to avoid clickbait, right? Bad clickbait. Clickbait is a good thing. Bad clickbait, as you would know it, or as you would refer to it, is a bad thing. And that's stuff like the Tinkerer mask has been nerfed when it really hasn't been nerfed. That's clickbait, right? So with YouTube, it doesn't do clickbait, so that's fine. But it does the cheesy thing, the typical thing. It's typical, right? There's these typical little guidelines that have been out there forever. I know what they are, and I've just not been a big fan of them. One of them is like, for your words, the words on your title of your video are most will earn more clicks if they're red, yellow, and green. Not or, and. So, so you got 3 lines. The first line is red. The next line is yellow. And then, how lame, right? It's come down to that, folks. It's come down to that. You can have the coolest artwork on your thumbnail, out there, but your video is just going to do better if you got red, yellow, and green for your text. It's been dumbed down. And it's been like that for years. That's no secret. That's like YouTube 101, but it's fact. It's not even a fucking opinion. You know what I mean? And so I always try to do nice little custom text and, you know, big, bright, white, whatever. And sometimes the topic can be so popular that, or another nuance through the thumbnail can override that. That's possible. It's possible. But if you're a betting person, you'd go red, yellow, and green for your text if you're a betting person. Isn't that funny that it works that way? So simple. So lame. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little feature. Stuff like that's really important for me because I spend so much time in editing and research. And making thumbnails also takes a while. I'll spend a good couple hours on a thumbnail. More important than the video itself, to be honest with you. Because if nobody clicks on the video, then, you know, what good is the content in there? It falls on deaf ears. So yeah, title and video cover are a really big deal. Definitely judge a book by its cover in YouTube world. So in some cases, I'll create my thumbnail before I even create the video. Make sure I don't half-ass it because I'm tired in the end. You know what I mean? A lot of my videos go up on the wire, man. Like, I have deadlines, you know, because you want to get the video up in the morning. It's got a better chance at catching people. You get it up around 7 in the morning my time. So that's where I try to do my uploads at that time. And it's always down to the wire. Like, God damn it, it's 7:15. I got to get this up, you know? Oh, I still haven't done my fucking thumbnail, you know? And now that I'm doing videos in 4K, the processing time is a lot longer. So I have to get ahead of that too. So it's nice to have little tools like that. It doesn't per se save me any time, but it allows me to do better, more efficient A/B testing. And then I learn from those A/B tests and evolve with it, right? Like, oh, okay, well, this seems to be a pattern here. People click with their eyes. Yeah, I do. I scan the thumbnails and then I read the title. Looks interesting to me.
The True Sons seem to be in control of the holding area. The hyenas are knocking out security cameras. Pretty smart.
Tits and ass. Totally. TNA, baby. That's why I don't wear a bra.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Did the U.S. lose to Turkey, by the way? Did I see that right?
Reinforcements en route.
Speaking of no bra. Yeah. Yeah, they do. The first few minutes are really important. It's an art. It's hard. It's hard. The first few minutes, you know. So you want it to be short. You want it to be direct. The first, like within the first like 20 seconds, basically, give or take, people should know exactly what the video is going to be about. But it doesn't mean your intro should be only 20 seconds. You need to spend a little bit more time in that intro to make sure that you're selling them on the hook. So let me provide you the hook. This is why you're watching. And then this is the value you're going to get out of it. This is what we're going to cover. You know, it does need to be thorough, you know, but not fluffy, you know, not fluffy. So you don't want a bunch of extra added bullshit in there. I used to do that. Used to add fun stuff, you know, things that I thought would be entertainment value, provide entertainment value, give people a kick in the pants kind of thing, you know. And it just does. It's, you know, people are always in a hurry, right? They want their information fast. But that's not necessarily what it's about. It's not that people are in a hurry. It's more that they're in a hurry to find out if this video is the one is worth their time watching. You know. So yeah, there's a lot of rambling early on in some videos, and there is a point though that rule changes depending on the content. So, you know, I'm speaking in generals here. The intro still has to provide a lot of value, but if your true value as a channel is entertainment, then you don't need to go through that formal process, you know? So if you're like Burt Peanut, for example, like he's not gonna explain shit up front, right? He's gonna show you a bunch of funny clips in that first 30-second B-roll, and that's translating the information that you need. Is this gonna be a funny video? Because that's what I want to watch. Or that's what I don't want to watch, you know. But that's what he does, so that's the only thing he's got to convey. He's not going to go on the camera and be like, hey, what up? This is going to be a funny video. I'm going to do some gameplay and make some jokes, and you guys are going to like it. Because he doesn't offer any other value, right? He doesn't teach you how to play a game. He doesn't run through any diagnostics or anything, you know what I mean? So he's going to make fart jokes in the first 30 seconds. Should I just... Oh my god, don't get me started on that, Recon. Don't get me started on that. You know, I've never watched a kamikaze video from front to back. Ever. I can't make it through the first 2 minutes. And I'm not trolling here. I'm not being a dick. I just literally can't. It is not my style. I mean, there are channels that do that, that talk in the first minute, but they're providing value in that conversation. You know what I mean? Like Gaming Merchant does that. I watched almost every one of his videos, you know? So he talks, but he explains what we're gonna do today, and it's to the point. There's no extra, you know, weird little cringy jokes or anything that's, you know what I mean? Like, Tommy tries to be funny and he's not really, you know? It's like listening to my accountant play video games.
Disrupted. System activated.
But the accountant's bad at numbers. Now that's a fucking joke.
Vital signs critical.
No, but respectfully though, you know, everybody's got different styles. There are people that enjoy his content. So, you know, there's content for everybody. You know, so I think that's, to be fair to him, I think that's what he's trying to do, is be like Gaming Merchant or some of these other guys that provide a lot of value and conversation and, you know, support lifestyle gaming. You know what I mean by that? You know, gaming as a lifestyle. And I think it's a charisma thing that has to come with it, though. And that's why it just doesn't. That's why everybody hates his intros, right? Because he doesn't, not to be mean, but I realize it's going to sound mean, but he just doesn't, he doesn't really have charisma. He's not very charismatic.
With all those
You
gates
know.
sealed, the north exit should be closed.
And so it's kind of cringy when you're listening to him talk and make these jokes that are just kind of, it comes off cringy for some reason, at least for me. And, you know, he probably does that weird popcorn intro thing that he does, you know? And like after he's talking, he does this weird little rehearsed intro that he's been doing for a decade, I guess. But it's probably because he can't edit, right? To be fair. So that is literally his intro because he can't, you know, because he's not maybe proficient at editing, and that, you know, it is a learned skill. You don't wake up and know how to edit. That's how I've justified that as that. That's why it is that way, you know. Guess we should rotate weapons, huh? But yeah, different folks, different strokes. Do you guys just come to my streams to watch Ty play? Is that what's going on here? Ty, hide your belly button. Speaking of which, how's Brazil been doing in this whole cup challenge? Have they been kicking butt? Just so you guys know, my milkshake is better than Ty's. Damn right. Somebody behind this firestorm. Where the fuck is this person? Is that who it was? My milkshake is better than Ty's. Damn right. Better than Ty's. Damn right. Better than Ty's. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. It's better than Ty's. Damn right. It's better than Ty's. You don't know that song? It brings all the boys to the yard. Look. They're coming. They're climbing fences for me. Let it rain, Jesus. Let it rain. Dear Lord, we better hurry. The damage needed. Repair skills. I like the idea of art. Don't have the mental capacity. Bellstone, explosive, crit damage. Probably won't ever run it. I know, isn't that crazy? Well, the big mag thing is making Frenzy go a little out of control, right?
Hostile control point identified.
What are my tokens at? 40. 46. We're looking good. We're looking good, folks. All right, GG's. I think that's it for me. We did good, folks. We did good. Good run. 3 hours, 33 minutes. All in escalation because the DZ wouldn't have it. But now I got to get some dinner in my belly. Hang with the fam a little bit. But we're on for tomorrow in the evening, but not late. So I'm going to try to push up the clock just a little bit, like maybe like 5 or 6. You'll know. You'll know. You'll know. Thanks for hanging out with me. Catch you later.